What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Delven. This is actually a hobby project made by one guy, but I think it's firing on a lot of good cylinders. And so he emailed me this morning, and I've been playing it ever since I got it this morning because I think that it's compelling. I think there's something interesting here. I definitely think this is playing around with ideas that we haven't seen before just yet, and I think it could be a good time. If you haven't seen Delven before, that doesn't surprise me. This is a project that a guy with a day job has just been working on in the evenings for like the last couple years, and it is a game about digging down beneath the soil. It's one part like colony builder almost. So you build buildings, those buildings take inputs, they produce outputs. Those outputs will allow you to dig deeper and get different resources. And along the way, there's going to be workers that you can use to put inside your buildings to automate their production. Or you can take those workers and you can convert them into warriors that form an adventuring party to fight monsters that are down underneath here that provide either rare materials or things you can't normally get your hand on, or maybe they're in the way of one of your mine shafts. It really just kind of depends. And I think that that idea is a really good idea, mixing genres somewhere between like an idle production game, a colony management game, a Factorio style game, and a strategy RPG is a lot of things going on inside of one title. So we're going to take a look at Delven today for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to pass on or keep. The link to the game is down below in the description. You can check that on out. And then on top of that, you can find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream just in case you wanted to hang out live on most given days of the week. So what are we looking at here? Well, this is the world of Delven. Up here on the surface, I've got a bunch of farms. These farms can grow various crops. I've got workshops. These workshops can produce various things. I've got workers that will automate that process. So for example, this guy right here is making planks. This guy next to him is also making planks. And then this guy right here is taking the finalized resources and turning them into shovels. Those shovels allow me to displace earth and build down here underneath the soil. Where you build a building in this game matters. So effectively, there are a bunch of different biomes. Building a workshop on the surface does different things than building a workshop underground, does different things than building a workshop inside of, a little stone face area. And so this is a game where you're going to have to experiment. And so this is going to be a game where you need to, like, experiment and play around with where you put your buildings and, like, where they're going to be at. For right now, there's a couple of troves of monsters that I need to get rid of. We can fight them. I've got 2 wizards at the moment. All wizards kind of look the same as of right now in this build of the game. There's only 1 class, but there's 3 classes I think intended for like the release that you can convert your little workers into. Both of my guys are elementalists. There's 2 other classes, the necromancer and the druid. So it seems like this is going to be a game mostly about building up wizards and making them more powerful. But for right now, there's no variation in the way that they look or the way that they dress. I would like to see a lot of the art, actually, in this game kind of like reworked. We'll shoot a fireball at that guy, and then I'll chain lightning that guy right there. The chain lightning has really weird targeting. Sometimes it works, sometimes it... There we go. You gotta kind of like click along the base, otherwise it'll just count it as a swing and a miss. That needs to be tightened up basically with like a box around, or like an outline around the monster, so that when you mouse over them, the box will be green when targeting and then red when you're moused over them. And basically any click that happens inside that boundary zone effectively targets the spell for you, makes sure that it hits. Because as of right now, with the chain lightning, sometimes you click right on the mob and the lightning spell doesn't go off and you waste your turn. We've also got another monster over here. But as I was saying, I would like to see maybe like a Tales of Maj'Eyal type deal where these guys start out effectively just kind of like in a tunic, and as they get different gear, they start to get more complicated. Or even if you wanted to simplify that, you could make it such that right there. Yay! You got them with the chain lightning. The other thing you could do is you could just make them start out as basic wizards, and as they level up, kind of Gauntlet Legends style, they just get more ornate to denote the fact that they're higher level. One of my wizards just hit level 3, so that's good. If you wanted to do anything about that, you can come up into your companions menu, and you can take a look at their little Path of Exile skill sheet. So there's a skill tree. I think this is probably going to be different for necromancers and druids. Like, I think they're going to have their own separate tree, because if you look in the background, This all has to do with elementalism. So there's like lightning over here, there's fire over here, there's ice down here, there's some kind of like void magic down here. And so I'm guessing the 3 different wizard classes are going to have different things that they do and different skill trees. At least that's what I'd recommend as well. Let's go ahead and we'll crease. Oh, it's doing it, dude. It's playing Christmas music. So this is an indie game in every respect of the word. For whatever reason, most of the background music in this game is just like traditional fantasy fare, like the kind of thing you would hear playing on a MIDI at like a Ren fair. But for whatever reason, there is one Bible song mixed into like their entire soundtrack, and it comes up like every hour and a half. And every single time I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio, like pointing and be like, there it is! It's playing the Bible song again! But we need to dig a little bit further too. So we'll dig down over here, and then we'll fight these monsters. Just to give our wizards a nice little grip of level ups. We'll shoot some lightning over there, and the fight's already over. If you don't feel like doing the fights, you don't have to. The game will auto battle for you. I've done a couple auto battles, and it seems like they're pretty basic in their tactics. Like, they seem to optimize for, like, what can I hit with the largest AoE that will do, like, the greatest sum total damage. But I'm not totally sure. This guy right here, it looks like a chunk of logs, but it's not. It's actually scrolls. So these scrolls right here are a contract so that you can get a new worker. There's different workers. So Bovo Bungler and Birch Fern are the 2 that I've found so far. I don't know if it matters what archetype they are, but I would recommend that be an angle and be randomized so that like certain workers are better at production and certain workers are better at fighting. Would be kind of like an interesting thing to play around with. I don't think we need a 3rd wizard yet, so I'm gonna go at, you can rename these guys, by the way. I think the system that randomly generates names is not implemented yet in this current, treat this like a proof of concept demo, basically. I also needed to get some glass going over here. There we go. Well, I mean, not yet. Not for you. Maybe someday. We got 41 blunts we can make over here. Roll them things, bro. Backwoods it up. You make some ropes. There we go. These guys are still farming and doing their thing. I think, since we have another worker here, I think what I'd like to do is let's maybe put him inside the smelter so that I can automate some of this stuff. Yeah, make him a blacksmith. He'll be our first blacksmith. So we'll take it. Nope, don't do that. Stop that right now. You stop it right this second. All right, we'll put him over there and we'll tell him to make glass. Apparently for the next 30 minutes. He's going to be working on it for a hot minute. So it looks like glass production is going to take a little while. Let's get back to exploring. How many shovels do I have? 130. All right, so I wanted to throw a shaft down right here to uncover this area. Okay. Big explosion right there. That's exactly why I wanted to do that, because we have more scrolls on this side. I'm going to go get them. Now that I have another scroll, we're going to take this guy and we're going to hire him. We're going to make him a crafter. We're also going to make him a blacksmith because I did not foresee that blacksmithing was going to be... Oh, well, maybe he doesn't need to be a blacksmith. Time to relax. Here, let's split this order in half. So we'll go 15 right there. And then over here, we'll assign the next guy. And we'll go back and we will have him do rough glass vials, I guess, for like the next 35 minutes. And we'll see what that unlocks. There's nothing else that I can do on this level. So I think I have to get down to this biome right here, this stony biome. And it looks like I can have an underground farm. Let's build one of those, and we'll see what it does. We'll also clear out, like, a nice little space over here so that we can put in, like, 6 of them. Because this game has, like, a click and drag system where, no doubt, you've probably noticed the UI down at the bottom. You can click on these things, and any building that produces these, you can just drag across them, and it'll be like, boop, 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 and it'll put them all to work just making ropes. How are we looking on shovels? 90 shovels. Good. Let's just keep expanding the central shaft over here. How tough are those guys? Monster level 23. So yeah, we probably don't want to fight them. That's probably... Now that I've got them producing, I do want to see what this farm does down here. So it looks like the farm will grow an ablotus bush. And it looks like the ablotus bush gives us fruits, it gives us roots, and it gives us seeds. That's good, actually, because these little guys right here, you can use the fruits. Like, we need the roots, I think, in order to make sticky ropes. And once we can use sticky ropes, we can start making this other stuff over here. So we can make an herbalist hut, we can make a workshop, and obviously we're going to need to have multiples of these, and they're going to have to be in different biomes as well, just to look and check and make sure that we're doing things the right way. Let's go ahead and hollow that out right there. Holler it on out. It done been hollered. All right. We can also, if you're wondering how deep you can dig in this game, let me go ahead and show you something right now. That's about as deep as you can. Oh, but look, it scrolls. Never mind. It continues scrolling downwards. It never stops. So this is one of those games that seems like if they can get it out the door, it's going to have a lot of content and a lot of things for you to fiddle with. We'll get some ablotus bushes going, and I'll put the ablotus bushes on my little clicker down there. I would like to... So how are we doing up here with our glasses? So we got that going on. I need to make some more Stregan ropes. I need to make some more planks, maybe? Yeah, we'll plonk it up for a minute. We got like 140-something planks we can make. If I could get another worker over here to work on the spades, that'd be good too. Actually, we already have enough of those. Stop making those. Help the other guy out with shovels. We need quite a few more shovels if we want to make this whole thing function. I'm running out of diggy tools, man. I want a diggy hole, but unfortunately, I lack the diggy measures to do it. And we do have another underground farm over here, so that's good. I think we also needed sticky ropes, so I will get them going on sticky ropes. We have logs over here, so I'll probably put in like 4 more of those so that I can produce even more ropes on this side. I don't have enough axuth dust to make any more smelters, but I was going to make a 4x2 grid of smelters over here too so that I could get that done. Probably holler this out too right here. There we go. It done been hollered one more time. Down the road from me, there's a great holler tree where you lay down $1 or 2. We gotta go, let's see, build an herbalist's hut. Yeah, throw an herbalist hut in there just to see what it does and like how it's gonna factor into our overall production. I'd like to keep, how many shovels am I sitting on right now? 60 shovels. That's not very many shovels. But let's dig down this way. We had a nice little explosion right there. If you see cracks, that means if you mine adjacent to it, that will explode and like open up basically. There you go. There goes another one. It's very satisfying when that happens. Do you like the game wishlist on Steam? I do like the game. I do, yeah. It's enjoyable. Oh, look, we found tungnerite. Okay, good. And we found a new biome, which means we're going to have to play around with buildings and see what we can build down in here just to see what new resources we're going to be able to produce. Fair enough. How tough are those guys? Level 9? My wizards are not level 9 yet, so I don't think that's a good idea. We should probably avoid it. There's more monsters over here. Good to know. Oh, we unlocked new recipes. Okay, so there's going to be more stuff for us to fit. I'll fight these guys. I don't care about these guys. Yeah, take that. I'll blow you up with some fire, bro. I'll take you. Look at that. Just melted a worm like it's my job because it is my job. Oh, nice, dude. We got a new contract, and he's got a class. He makes a better blacksmith than everybody. Cool. I don't need a blacksmith right now, but it is rad. All right, let's unlock this guy because we've got Tiziano Playa.
Ready for the task.
Apparently, he called out his name, Tiziano Playa. There you go. Welcome on in, man. Tiziano Playa, I don't know what I want you to be. I know you get 10% production increase for being a blacksmith. I feel really guilty about this, but, like, I don't want you to be a blacksmith right now. I guess I could just swap him in for blacksmith. Well, I think once their class is assigned, you can't change it, though. So I think we have what we have for right now. Blacksmithing does seem to take up an inordinate amount of time, and having somebody that takes 10% off of like a 30-minute craft is actually valuable. Like, that's a viable decrease in the amount of processing time required for efficiency purposes. But that leaves me with the troubling circumstance that I have like leftover blacksmiths now, just kind of sitting around. Go ahead and make me some dust real quick so that I can make some more. I'm going to fill out our blacksmith ward over here, I think. There we go. Now we should have the stuff on hand to start stamping out some blacksmiths and getting like our smithing ward done over here. As for the herbalist lodge, what do? That's why we unlocked thing, is because it allowed us to make, we can make Adabrasa leaves, and it looks like we can make Ablotus decoctions. Okay, good to know. We can also make lubricants, and it looks like we can make a magical paste. Your characters do have gear in this game, by the way. One of the reasons we're doing all this manufacturing is because if you look at both of my combat characters, they have item slots. This guy only has a magic stick for right now. It dropped off a monster that I killed. But you do get robes, you do get necklaces and rings that make your wizards more powerful and increase like their fire damage or their lightning damage so that you can fight bigger, nastier things down beneath the soil. We'll go ahead and get that going. We'll assign Tiziano over here. And then Tiziano, I would like for you to help out with processing glass, actually. Glass is going to be a bit of a thing that needs to get done. Over here, we don't have a whole lot of Stragan ropes ready to go yet, but I do need the Stragan ropes. So we'll throw those in there, and then I do need more shovels, so we'll keep you working on the shovelificators. Right now, I have 22 shovels, which means that I can't really dig right now, because as you go down, I think like every 10 depth, it costs you an extra shovel to dig. And so I'm kind of at the point right now where digging is getting very expensive, unless I keep going sideways, looking for more scrolls. So I think I may just do that. No more scrolls, unfortunately. But we do have a big chunk of landmass all nice and figured out here, so that's good. You continue, I guess, just growing that plant right there. And then down in here, I don't know if I need any of that stuff just yet, so I'm not going to concern myself with it too hard. Over here, we've got room for a few more blacksmiths, so we'll throw those on in. And this is obviously like a map painter game. Like, this is a game where you're like painting out buildings and you're like painting out resources. I do think that the interactivity and the UI, well, the user experience is good, but the UI could probably use some adjustments. You do lose a lot of space over on the right-hand side for this toolbar right here, and I prefer to have an unencumbered play area where I can see the entire thing, and then I usually prefer that, like, down at the bottom, instead of the hotbar right here, actually, I think the hotbar is fine, but like another tab on top of this that if you click on it, it flips upwards and has all the buildings inside of it, and then you click them on out, and then, you know, there's another one that has all of the resources inside of it. You can drag them down to here. Like, I don't know, this sidebar is a weird thing about the UI that I'm not sure I'm in love with. I get why it's there. Like, I understand its functionality. It gives a nesting place for all the things that can happen inside your buildings. But I kind of feel like you could do the same thing when you click on this building. Like, see, they've already got that, like, right here as well. And so it looks like it kind of, like, only fills in once you've got a worker inside of there. But I kind of feel like they could condense it all into this menu. So instead of having two different menu types, they just have the one menu type based on, like, click interaction. I don't know. I'm not a UI designer. I'm trying to reference other things that I've played that are similar to this, but there's not a lot of games that are kind of similar to this one. This game's got, like, a soda dungeon thing going on that I think is actually going to work for it long term. There's definitely something here that's compelling because I've been playing it all morning. I think we may have done got all the scrolls that are like in this first little area. And since scrolls are kind of like the only thing that I'm interested in right now, keep stamping that out. How many more of you guys can I afford right there? There we go. That's done. You go ahead and you continue mushing out ropes. And then you continue mushing out, I guess, more shovels. Just keep them shovels going, brother. Got like 30 or 40 more shovels queued up. With the glass coming out over here, we've got to decide what we want to do with that. If we had one more sticky rope, we can do a workshop. So I think that that's a good idea. We'll go ahead and do like a line of sticky ropes. But I need more slime for that. So I'm going to have to kill more monsters if I want more sticky ropes. Gotcha. Let's battle these guys over here. We will go with a lightning bolt right there, and then we'll go a fire right there to kill them. At this point, our guys, like, massively have these dudes out-leveled, so it's really no worry to fight them. In fact, I could probably just put it on auto battle, and it would be fine. There we go. Auto battle done. Oh, nice. We got Tassilo Button. Apparently a farmer. Okay, good. Oh, we got a wand, too. Nice. The spark wand. You get more lightning damage. And we got a leather belt. Nice, dude. These guys actually paid off. These merc flayers got us paid. There are other monsters around, in case you were wondering. Like, there's this guy right here. I don't know what he is, but there are other monsters, and the enemy variety seems to be pretty good. I've been playing for a couple hours. There's been like 3 or 4 enemy types, and since combat is not necessarily the main focus of the game, expanding your mine and keeping your production lines are. The combat is just kind of like a little aside, I think, to break up the monotony of idle grinding. It's fine. It's perfectly okay. Let's see here. We do have a workshop, and we can see what the workshop do. Let me clear out some more space, because I don't want to overdo it down here. Like, I want to have kind of an organized work area, I guess, with like farms in one spot and like alchemists in another spot and workshops in another spot. Like, I like to be organized in games like this. I'm one of those people that when I played Command and Conquer, I built like my entire base in like a grid so that it was super easy to knock out my power because it looked better aesthetically and it was pretty. We'll keep on killing some bad guys. It sounds like we've got a few unit confirmations up here too. I'm actually I want to see if we can kill these guys. They hit pretty hard. Okay, my wizards are getting buried. Then again, if they had used the lightning spell, I think we would have won. Run it again. I was going to say, the lightning spell gives you like the multiple pings. And so I feel like this is winnable. We just had to use a different spell, and it seems like the auto battle just defaults to like auto attack basically and doesn't try to use other abilities. Nice, we wiped them out and we got another Tassilo Button contract. Good. And it looks like we've unlocked some new recipes. That's got to be from the workshop. So it looks like, ooh, I can make a new pickaxe that will dig rocks. It looks like I can also lacquer wood now, so I can make reinforced planks and tungnerite coated planks and tungnerite ropes and bone rods, but I need ancient teeth for that. Okay, let's go ahead and we will allocate some points here. So I've got 2 points on my elementalist. So frost shield is over there. Endurance test.
Time to relax.
I kind of wanted to work him over to the lightning area. What does this do over here? Projectile damage? Let's just go for this little nook over here with him and just kind of see what it does. So we've got the bottled ice over there. He's got a weapon now, which increases his lightning damage. That's fine. He's got a robe that increases his life and his holy resistance. He's got a belt that increases his life over there.
Yes.
So we're moving along. We're getting stronger. I'm going to move this guy towards lightning, I guess. And maybe we'll swap out his weapon for the lightning wand a little bit later. But let's get our contracts going.
Tassilo Button, ready for duty, sir.
Okay, so Tassilo Button, you were a farmer? What was it on your contract that it said you were good at? A farmer. Yeah, so we want both these Tassilos to be I thought the birch fern guy would be a farmer. I don't know, he's got dirt and rocks stuck to his head. The guy with the dirt and rocks on his head makes me think that, like, I don't really want him on the surface, though. I mean, I guess he could be on the surface. We could also put him down here. Yeah, grow a blotus. I accept this. This is fine. Did I assign the other Tassilo Button? I did not. You can be a surface farmer, I guess. You can come up here and help out with growing, like, the wheat that makes our Stregan ropes, because we need those in order to make more shovels, and alas, I cannot dig until I have more shovels. Probably not a terrible idea. Oh, we need a pickaxe in order to get through that biome right there. I was going to say, it's not a bad idea to go after some of the goodies down there. Level 20, level 22. I mean, the level 23 worked out pretty well for us. So, like, I'm still tempted. Can you get him with the lightning? Good.
Take this.
Perfect. Oh, that one didn't have as good of a yield. I was hoping we would get, like, fat loot like we did last time from killing, like, a higher level group. Oh, one of my wizards started off way out in the corner. Oof, that might not be good. Okay, start fight. Like, you can't move as far as I can tell. They should add movement, though. The ability to reposition your wizard would be really nice. For right now, your wizard is kind of just, like, in a random spot on the map, and you use what spells are available based on, like, where they put you down. You might be able to move. I tried clicking and dragging and, like, right-clicking and everything, and I still couldn't figure out exactly how I get my guys to move around. This is where it's going to get sketchy. Yeah, because he gets the bounce right there, and now I can only, like, flare him with my magic. But I think we still have the win. We might lose a wizard, but... Hey, that one gave us another Tassilo button contract, and everybody leveled up. Good. Good, 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 good. We also have a new thing down here. It looks like it's a new monster fight. Cool. Can I fight this scorpion guy over here? Let's fight this scorpion guy. I wanna fight the scorpion and see how it goes. He looks like tougher than the other ones. Definitely hitting him pretty good. Let's see if we can get him taken out. Okay, hit for 11. This guy, like, starched me. I'm actually here for revenge. This guy absolutely lamped me when I first started playing. Like, I was like, oh, what's it like it's like a scorpion? I can go fight a scorpion. They're like, what? They're like the size of, like, a silver dollar. Like, they're not big. And then I got in here and I was like, oh, that's a much larger scorpion than anticipated. I think we should be solid here. We'll see what he drops, too. Maybe he drops something that increases our production capacity. Oh, we got, like, cooler stuff. So we've got a sapphire ring that adds cold damage. It looks like we've got a frost staff that increases our frost shield recovery. I don't know that anyone has frost shield, but it's a nice thought. It's a real nice thought. We'll kind of see how that plays down the line for right now. But yeah, this is Delven. I think this is a really good idea for the game. I think there's like little outstanding things where they've got to, I think, pick a gestalt for their UI and just like go with it rather than having what feels kind of like 2 or 3 separate UIs. Like it feels like the game can't decide whether or not it wants to have a click-based UI or like a sidebar-based UI or like a bottom-based UI. They've got a bunch of different UIs here, and I think they should pick one and go with it to free up screen space. I think that the combat could use a little bit more detail and use a little bit more tactics and a little bit more positioning and the ability to move around and whatnot. Graphically, I feel like there are definite areas for improvement in kind of character customization for like your wizards and whatnot and how they look. But that having been said, I think for a proof of concept that was made as a hobby in some guy's free time, this is actually a really good idea. There's a lot of jelly inside this donut here that I think has a lot of addictive qualities. And when the developer said he already had a couple testers that have put like multiple dozens of hours into the game, I believe him now, because this is one of those games that has that odd, indelible, kind of hard to describe quality that makes you addicted to it. Like there's something just satisfying about digging down deeper, and there's something satisfying about number go up, and there's something satisfying about that number go up affecting your wizard task force and how strong they are. I'd love to see other classes like warriors and paladins and stuff like that rather than just wizards. But for now, as a proof of concept, I think this has its footing and its gameplay premise in a really good spot. And in fact, I think people are going to be really, really into it. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what is worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out Delven, which is a title I had never heard of until the developer emailed me a demo key this morning and was like, hey, do you want to see my hobby project? And I was like, yeah, dude. I like games where you dig and mine, and I like games with wizards, and I like games with RPG progression, and I like building stuff. This seems like an all-around win. And I'm glad that I did, because this game is pretty fun. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in, and that's all I got. Bye, folks.